jamiera.
La tierra de los caminos, la pisan los caminantes. La tierra de los caminos, la pisan los caminantes. Y a la mujer del obrero la pisan cuatro grandes besos que tienen dinero. Y a la mujer del obrero
No
la
céu ele
pisan cuatro
voa
grandes
no
besos.
desenho que fizesse nesse céu onde o olhar Traslen dunta dulcir, dulcir Slon les on ugnes, slon les on gin Gele mucriagis geli on green Gele vivela go erin
I belong to like two different groups with completely different mindsets and viewpoints of life. But I wouldn't say that I belong to any of them totally, because I like some parts of this one and some parts of the other one. And when I'm with one, for example, with one group, they simply consider that I have all the viewpoints of life as them, and it's not.
I feel like me and my friends, we felt like Crimea is a little bubble and separated kind of country. Sometimes we would even fantasize if we could be a separate, like a country by ourselves.
I belong to Madrid because we said that if your parents are from Madrid and your grandparents are from Madrid, you're called a gato or gata, which means cat. Like, you're like a cat.
So I write about what I know. I write about Beyonce. I write about, abolition. I write about liberation for all people of color. I write about equality for all. And if people can relate to that, amazing. And if they don't, then that's really none of my business at the end of the day. I've kind of decided that whiteness doesn't exist to me in my head. It's not my life experience. I'm not writing for white people. I'm writing for myself. Creating for my own community. And if people outside of that community feel represented in that, amazing. I want everybody to feel like they can relate to my work, but I'm not trying to make something that fits everybody perfectly, because we're all different. We all live different lives, and I don't think it makes sense to, especially if white people don't have to do that, I don't understand why I have to either.
My goal was to not have an accent, because I felt really, when talking to people, the expectation was for me to not be able to speak English very well. And so I felt, okay, no, I have to prove them wrong. At first, I had in my mind the goal to sound like a native speaker, maybe like a British speaker, because in school we were taught that was the proper way to speak English.
Spain as a country is like really artistic and the traditions and stuff, but also the part or the neighborhood where I grew up is like is actually known for being like poor, and in other parts of the city maybe I've gone somewhere and I've said I'm from this place and people haven't even want to talk to me for that, because like drugs or poverty or conflicts or whatever, and that also makes me like be conscious of how stereotypes and how people think things based on what other people say, like they are not even saying it or But yeah, anyway, I feel lucky, and I'm actually proud of being from that place.
That everyone is very cold in Lithuania. But we're not cold, we're actually pretty funny.
Yeah, well, here in Thuringia, 34% of people indicated they would vote for the far-right party in the next election. And so, like, for me, that's just a statistic. It's something I'm not happy with. But then for other people, it's very practical. So I know lots of other migrants that live in Thuringia that are facing violence or, like, active discrimination because of looking like a migrant, whereas I pass as German, and I don't have that side of like active discrimination. It's just the kind of institutional things that I'm bumping up against, not against individuals who are racist or xenophobic. So
when I was 10 years old, actually, and I was playing in my estate with my friends. I lived next door to a Nigerian family, and two of the girls, they were sisters. They were my really good friends. And we were playing outside the house, and then there was this boy that lived across the street from me and basically walked past us and said to us, "Oh, you should go back to Ghana," from absolutely nowhere. But I was like, I'm not even from Ghana, so what are you trying to say? But I would say that was kind of like one of the first instances, or even like before that, just certain things I'd see on TV, but that was the first time where I really felt like, you know, I'm different.
To give respect to my origins as Russian girl, woman, because I realized that my culture is very, very rich in nature, in I don't know, poetry and music, in also in like paintings and dance and so on. So I think it's like, and also like in a spiritual way, I feel that Russian culture is very rich. Independently what happens now, like in political way.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have like roots, like tangible roots. I kind of feel like jealous of the people who are connected with their roots.
I feel I'm from anywhere I feel fit, particularly in Ireland. I feel free, even though I might look like I'm different, but I'm still Irish.
Since I moved to Madrid, I'm more aware about my own hometown and about my accent, about my traditions. And for example, when I moved to Madrid, I bought a swimsuit that I was wearing yesterday that is from my city. And I think that when I was living in my hometown, I wouldn't buy it. But I just did it when I moved to Madrid because I need like something that tells I'm not from here.
I always had that feeling that I was outsider in Greece in high school. I also had like the same feeling when I came to Georgia because my mindset was like Greek. I was thinking Greek and then speaking Georgian. I had like hard times in both countries, but I learned with a hard way, of course, a lot of struggle, a lot of bad communication, and now at the moment I feel that my origins is not like very important to me.
Sometimes Lithuania is not that big country, and sometimes it feels that no one actually knows that we exist. Sometimes people likes to call us Russians because of the culture and everything. And it is a lie. We are not from Slavic countries and everything.
We are Baltics.
Yeah, we are Baltics. I think this is the only thing that I wanted people that to understand.
You're Russian.
Yeah.
You're Russian. You're Russian.
They say, yes, you're Latin, but you're not fully there yet because you didn't grow up in one of those places. I'm half from the Caucasus region, but I'm unable to speak their language because I grew up with English. So the identity is there, but it's not there at the same time. And then my Irishness, yes, I grew up in there, but even Irish people would not acknowledge me as being Irish because of the way I look, the way I speak, the way I can understand another culture quicker than some. So it always being like you're there, but not quite there. So it's kind of hard at the same time.
My dream now is stopped to war in Ukraine and Russia. This is very big trauma, not only the Ukraine people. This is big trauma for big family affairs.
I would say I'm thinking about the story that I have, and I'm like trying to own this story. Just not saying, okay, this was not part of it, but in a way to say that it's my story, it's complex. All humans will have the story. And it's never, I think you never can say this is this kind of story. It's just unique.
I have my dream. I know where I'm going. And again, by the grace of God, and then I thank Him so much. When I prayed for Him to give me passport in the moment I needed it the most of my life, it was granted in 2 weeks. So for me, I believe that my dreams are there, but and I can reach it, and I am going to reach it. But of course, my race comes in with the difficulties.
But I've never felt black as such because I have to have a connection, and being black, I don't see a connection with being black at all. Religiousness, I'm always going to be different, and I'm always going to be not going to fit in.
Because of our differences, I am inspired to celebrate them. I think there's a damage that can be done if we try to make everybody the same. There are things that we lose along the way. I think it's important to celebrate differences.
Yes, I belong to Georgia, yeah. I have not a dream, but I think aim. I really want to get good education, so that means I must left my country and go another country to get better education. I mean master degree. Yes. It's kind of hard for me, but yes, I think if I will be more clever, more professional, and then come back in my country, I will make more and more good things.
I believe we can. Just we need some more empathy and understanding other person's experience, what they felt like when they were discriminated. Yeah, we just have to be united more.
I'm not sure we are ready in that world but I believe we can do, one day. Because we have a lot of people on that earth, That's why it's really difficult to be understandable for everyone. I think it's about education, If you know more, if you study more, it's more good for you to be understandable everything, to be more clear.
Looking back to this week and these amazing people, I can say yes. But there's a lot that we don't see. There's a lot of anger, hiding. So we still have to work on that.
I can change something by starting in my family, for example, talking to my son and child. I can make a small change, yes, and he will do something as well, and his friends will do something. So you know what, I think that at first we have to understand that we can change something, and we need to know what is and what should be changed. So we should realize what are the main problems and then starting taking care of how can we do that.
I feel safe in some space, and sometimes I'm afraid because I feel safe where my mom is or where my best friends are.
I think with my family, because they're always gonna see good things and the bad things about me.
Allow people and humanity and kind people is important for me.
If you can't find the tribe within you, How else are you going to seek acceptance from others?
Right now, it's in my imagination. I just like to dream of my home, perfect home, where I'm happy, where I'm like, I don't care about what others think. It's just happiness. Home is love.
Casa, hogar.
Georgia is the heart of the earth.
Vola.
Moistos.
Mediterráneo.
Winter. Ojaji.
Bo.
Luz.
Compassion.
Shema.
Natureza.
Sitpo.
Merkine.
Paz.
Muriangu.
Siqarule.
Gamta.
Tacto.
Siqarule.
Шумма.
Goats. Miende.
Выбор.
Sirsha.
Música.
Akwaaba.
Gleam Chuv a Hinshir Illig. Gleam Chuv a Winter Scotland. Gleam Chuv is Gleam ar Gucht. Shasan Vod, Shasan Vod.
Os llamo a vosotros, todos mis antepasados. Te llamo a ti, mi pueblo, disperso, a ti te llamo, y a nuestro poder. Levántate, levántate.
Chamo por vocês os meus antepassados. Chamo por vocês o meu povo disperso. Apelo-vos e ao nosso poder. Levantem-se, levantem-se.
Mogmartavt ჩემს წინაპრებს. Mogmartavt მიმოფანტულ ერს. Mogmartavt რათა გავერთიანდეთ. Აუდგეთ, აუდგეთ.
Взываю до вас, усі мої предки. Я закликаю вас, мій розсіяний народ. Я закликаю вас і нашу силу. Вставайте, вставайте.
Aš kreipiuosi į jūs, protėviai. Aš kreipiuosi į jūs, išblaškyti žmonės. Aš kreipiuosi į jūs ir į jūsų jėgą. Atsibuskime.
Mefremo minananom. Mefremo ebusia. Mefremo from ahoɔden.
Invoco voi, miei antenati. Invoco voi, mio popolo nel mondo sparso. Invoco voi e il nostro potere. Sorgete, sorgete.
Dia mugariro ayo Lengari no kwilibira Tora kunisambura Suabari no Buddha Ichi Shaina Never Shaina